Listen, people act like childhood ends when you turn 18. It doesn't. If you grew up without real emotional love, the steady, consistent, I see you, you matter kind of love, your brain reprogrammed itself for survival, not connection. And those childhood adaptations, they grow up with you. They sit in your relationships, your self-esteem, your coping habits, everything. So let's break down what science says happens when you grow up emotionally ignored. Because your weird behaviors today aren't flaws, they're evidence that you survived something. Neuroscientists say the brain has one main job: keep you alive. Not happy, just alive. So when a child lacks emotional warmth, the brain flips on a long-term survival system called hyperadaptive wiring. It's like your brain saying, love is unpredictable, people are unsafe, better stay alert forever. This rewires three major systems. The amygdala, your fear center, becomes overactive. The prefrontal cortex, or decision-making, becomes underdeveloped. And your reward system, it just stops believing good things are for you. This is why emotional neglect is a silent form of trauma. Your brain built a blueprint for survival without you ever realizing it. This leads to the first pattern. Your brain becomes a threat detection machine. Kids without emotional safety develop heightened amygdala sensitivity. In plain English, your brain got really good at spotting emotional danger before it happens. So as an adult, you analyze texts like they're classified documents.
You notice tiny tone shifts that weren't even there. You prepare for abandonment even when nothing is wrong. People might call you dramatic. No, your nervous system is still running the software it downloaded at age 6, and that software says, predict pain before it hits. This isn't insecurity, it's neurobiology. Second pattern, your brain doesn't trust kindness. Here's the trip. Your brain doesn't respond to love, it responds to familiarity. So if love was inconsistent, distant, or cold, your brain wired itself to expect that. This creates what psychologists call a negative self-schema, that quiet voice whispering, love isn't for people like me. So when someone compliments you, treats you gently, shows genuine care, your brain glitches. You feel uncomfortable, suspicious, unworthy. It's not a lack of confidence, it's because kindness contradicts your earliest programming. Your nervous system is just screaming, error. This does not match childhood data. Pattern 3, you become an Olympic-level overachiever. Kids who don't get unconditional love learn a brutal lesson. I have to earn my place. So now you hustle, you fix, you perfect, you overperform. You treat achievement like it's oxygen. Psychologists call this conditional worth conditioning. Every accomplishment briefly soothes the wound, and then the feeling is gone. So you keep running, harder, faster, burning out because you're trying to fill an emotional void with productivity. This isn't ambition, it's survival disguised as success.
Which brings us to pattern 4. Emotional numbness becomes your default. When love wasn't safe, feeling became dangerous. So your brain did the smartest thing it could. It lowered the emotional intensity to protect you. This is called emotional blunting. As an adult, you struggle to feel joy deeply. You struggle to feel sadness deeply. Everything just feels muted. People think you're laid back, but the truth is you're distant from your own internal world. Because once upon a time, emotions were a liability. Your brain survived by dimming the lights. And the fifth pattern, you're afraid of being a burden. Children who were emotionally dismissed learn a heartbreaking rule. My needs cause problems. Now this shows up everywhere. You apologize for asking for simple things. You don't ask for help. You shrink yourself to avoid being an inconvenience. This isn't low self-esteem. It's learned invisibility, a coping mechanism from a kid who deserved so much more than emotional crumbs. But here's the truth you were never told. Having needs doesn't make you a burden. It makes you human. The people who taught you otherwise were the ones who failed. So if you saw yourself in any of this, listen closely. You are not broken. You're not unlovable. You're not too much or not enough. You are a grown adult carrying the adaptations of a child who had to survive without the emotional foundation every human deserves. And awareness is step 1. Once you see the programming, you can begin to rewrite it.